Okay, again, I just wanted to show the alternative versions of how we can push this in terms of secondary layer and color. So let's say we keep this kind of style and let's take a reference for what it could look like. So we can look at this one, we can look at this one. So here it's kind of side to side. We can look at something a bit bigger, guess. It would probably be a bit different at this point. Yeah, let's take this one. Let's maybe look at this kind. We see going from side to side, a bit bigger areas of color and a bit bigger areas of this orange and yellow, which looks pretty good in terms of like this one. Yeah, these are like the references for this kind of style. And we see a bit bigger shapes of light and shadow. And we can see it here. Really big contrast, and here we're having a lot of these yellows, kind of inside the volume, and orange is the outside color. And here it's the other way around. It's orange kind of blobs, and yellow is like defining the edges. So we can go with that, and you can see transitions to more like flat fire as it goes. So what we can do is we can use this kind of stuff. Can you just do simple side to side? So we're going one side, the other side. So what could it look like other than the options that I suggested? Well. I can take this, take that, and go like, ooh. Okay. For example, with more central one, we can do this. For example, and then, for example, going from right to left, side to side. Varying the width and the size of these shapes. Going from side to side. We can do something like this. Maybe a bit bigger. Maybe we can do a space here. Let's have some fun shapes. And then it dissipates and we're left with like some internal flames. So it could be something like this as well. then maybe I would probably have some shapes there as well. So something like that could be the internal shape with this kind of style, more central spire. Something more like this. Or kind of like this, but not really. Then we can have similar to this, but instead use bigger shapes of yellow. More general. Okay, probably a separate layer. Unify and simplify. Making this more different in size. And here I need to come up with something that will support the form and shape. And also be very directional, simple, clear. Still has some interesting transitions and parts. And then I can add some cool details and variations. Stretch some shapes out. Make it less perfect. Also, I do love the contrast. Maybe we can push more of that into it. Maybe this is more, even bigger. And this has some cool inside stuff. So just trying to balance out these different aspects of it. And then pushing this here as well. Some bigger areas, some thinner areas. Trying to vary the distance from the edges, from being close to being far away. Maybe we can push this down. vary it around. Maybe we can add some really contrasting stuff below. And pushing it here. Going from side to side. I'll just fill this in for now, and we'll break it up a bit later. Varying the distance from the edges. So I'm pushing it to the right. Overlapping and stretching. So kind of like that, we can push it at least. And then here as well, we'll have kind of bigger particles somewhere between the sides, going from side to side. We'll still have these connections more visible to a degree. And rather than being centered all around the edges, we want some going through the middle, some being on the edges, some being a bit off the side, and then we'll have a stronger, more clear, contrasting design. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I had to show. And I think you're doing great. See you.